Hey guys, it's Tyler with TCG Rewind. Today I'm going to be doing a quick reaction video. Not a history of Jank this time. We're actually going to be doing an MBT video where he plays Master Duel with DZEEF. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I honestly am not super familiar with this YouTuber. I know he's like pretty big, but I honestly just like haven't seen much of his content. So yeah, I'm gonna assume DZEEF. But you pick a dumbass name, you get a dumbass pronunciation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make that shit easier. That being said, as a reminder, my goal of these videos is never to flame, even though I will flame their misplays. The main goal is just to show you guys how to play the 2011 format better. If you haven't played the 2011 format before, it's the greatest format of all time. Most balanced, most diverse, has everything you could want in a quality retro format. And it's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in giving it a shot, I'll put a link to the Tengu Plant Discord in the description below. We run like monthly tournaments in there. We have like, large scale, like free entry with like money prize pool tournaments, right? And then even we do some like remote dual locals and stuff. We got a lot of events going on. And a lot of people who are actively playing the format in there. So it's a great way to kind of like get some practice in and try the format if you haven't done it before. I would obviously highly recommend it. But yeah, that being said, we'll just hop into this video. As a reminder, I am still sick, so do I feel like doing a video right now? Not really, but will I? Yes, for my loyal subscribers, which is why I need you guys to also hit the subscribe button to support me while I slowly die in the process of making this video. So yeah, without any further ado, we'll just hop right into this. Let's see what we got.
Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT. You all liked us playing retro formats on Master Duel so much last time, you know I had to bring on the boy, DZEEF, and yes, this is going to count for the Master Roulette win rate.
Yeah, if I win
right?
this.
Yeah. it breaks the streak.
So what year are we
I guess DZEEF was the correct pronunciation.
in right now, Joseph?
We are in 2011. Oh my god, wow, you are... Oh, that's a...
My god. He actually knew the year he was playing in. If you haven't seen my other reaction videos to MBT playing History of Jank, for like, I don't even know how many episodes in a row, they pulled decks from my website, tcgrewind.com. That's where I have the full 2011 library. They pulled decks from them, and like every single time, like it would literally say like 2011, like gadgets or whatever, right? Like it would have the deck name next to it with 2011. Every single time he was confused about what year they were playing in. He was like, oh, this is when wind up loop was a thing, and it's like, yeah, no, it wasn't. So kudos to him for knowing this one, right? But I mean, I guess it is more than likely Tengu Plants versus Agents, which is actually pretty boring. I feel like these are the two decks people remember from this format, but there are like a gajillion decks that you can play in this format. Like there are so many good decks, so it's a bit of a bummer that's probably what we're seeing. I'm just gonna take a guess because I see Agents here, so I'll take a wild guess with the Trishula sleeves that MBT's playing Plants, but we'll see what happens.
So those are three pretty good ones.
Those are...
And we are playing a match of Tengu Plant format. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, in 2011...
Also, now I think about it, in 2011, the player would draw for turn, right? And one thing that I find really weird is I know that Master Duel like goes off of modern Yu-Gi-Oh rules, so you don't get that draw for turn. But like in reality, if you wanted to do this right, you just have the player who's going first just pass turn, right? So like whoever's going first, you just like let the enemy player go first instead, and then you have them just pass turn to you, so you get that draw. I feel like that's really important in a deck like Agents, where like you're trying to see Venus for shine balls like immediately. This is one of the reasons why I think duality is like not very good in Agents, because like 2/3 of your starter cards being Earth, Venus, and Tour Guide. Venus and Tour Guide want to special summon the turn they're summoned, which means that you're basically just duality to hopefully hit an Earth, and that feels less good, because now that he's like duality for Tour Guide, he actually just has no place here. Like it's actually kind of like dead. I think Upstart is a much better card if you want to go for something. Upstart's at 3 in this format as well. So, but yeah, this is like I feel like he's going to be so far behind in tempo without even knowing what MBT is playing or his hand.
And immediately after Edison format kind of you know, fell into the abyss, one individual card started dominating
Yeah,
the
Tengu plays.
entire Yu-Gi-Oh metagame, and it's the one you're about to see, Reborn
Oh,
Tengu.
shit. Okay, yep.
This card's crazy. If he leaves the field, you summon a Reborn Tengu. It doesn't get better than that. And do I want to walk into Gores, I guess, is the question.
So this matchup, for people unfamiliar, I am playing a sort of big monster agent deck, very few back row cards, and yeah, you're going to see cards like Tragodia that are revealed off Duality. You're going to see cards like Gores in this deck as well, just cards to...
Speaking of Gores, I mean, MBT was kind of hard playing into Gores or Trag there. I mean, he does technically have the Dark Hole for the main phase too, but if you're like kind of afraid of it, he could have just set the warning and passed, and that technically is a bit safer. That way he doesn't have to just like blow Dark Hole on the out, but and it gives him multiple outs, right, to whatever he does on the next turn. So like it's okay to like not attack if you're afraid of like Trag or Gores, which he mentioned he was, and he just kind of went for it anyway. But I think he has enough outs where it's technically fine. Like you just set D Prison if it's Trag, right, and then they attack into it. But yeah.
Protect you. And it was kind of interesting there, that first turn play. Duality for Tour Guide is not a play you see in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But a lot of these agent decks back in the day
See, that's why
really
Duality
did play
sucks.
2 copies of Duality despite being monster heavy, special summon heavy decks, just because it wasn't quite consistent enough without the Duality.
We were talking about it just a little bit, but historically, Tengu Plant format was dominated by, as expected, Tengu Plant. But when modern deck builders have taken a look at this format, it's actually gotten a lot worse. A lot of the decks that dominated this format, like Tengu, like Agent, are really high roll, a lot of power one-ofs, but once people figured they could just start building consistent decks, the format got a lot more solved.
That's definitely not true. Agents and plants are still like really powerful decks in the format. Like usually whenever we have a tournament, at least one of each will top. Granted, the thing about it is the power level of those decks is like they're like consistent and good, but they're not like so much better than everything else where they just like are the best decks, like be like far and away. There's so many other decks that can like close that gap and compete with them really nicely. That's why this format is just so incredibly balanced. So like I don't think this format is even remotely close to being solved. There's plenty of decks that are like relatively consistent, but like everything feels good. This is a format where the gameplay itself is like how you play the match is actually the primary like reasoning in which you win, more so than like the deck choice, if that makes sense. Like obviously like build is important too, but yeah, like how you play the match really dictates the flow of the game. It's a very skillful format, but I wouldn't say it's solved. Definitely not. There's still so much left. We had a brand new deck win our last like Tengu Mania tournament, which is our like, you know, large scale like prize pool tournament. So a deck we had never even seen before win. So like that just kind of shows this format is very unsolved and like needs to be explored. So start playing it.
Oh my god, you have a solemn face down?
Could be literally anything. Could be literally anything. It is solemn.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I was like,
and see, now he's so far behind. What do you do? Like, I mean, I guess you can duality now, but
maybe we'll wait for the Zen mains, and then I thought, oh well, you're just gonna know that I have it. Because
although I
of the
think
way Master
historically
Duel
you
works.
couldn't duality after the attempting the special summon.
Trap card because I did not special summon, so I can activate duality.
Oh wow, I actually did get owned here just a little bit.
Okay, that's a good one.
Again.
Let's
Okay, we got
Earth.
one turn to figure this out.
Yeah, let's finally grab.
Again, just look how far behind he is. He can't out. He has nothing to out the Tengu. He already used his normal summon. He's gonna pass back. Earth will not out this Tengu, so he has to basically normal summon Earth, let that die, then go to Venus Shine Ball. Like I just feel like he's so far behind at this point. It just feels so doomed.
Grab a starter card. It is weird playing these older decks because my deck actually feels like it actually has it feels like it has more starter cards than a lot of decks back then did in terms of like what we think of starter cards nowadays, just because that's interesting. I'm gonna Herald of Orange like that one.
Really? That's worth it to you.
Actually,
because you have balls in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting rid of like relevant cards here, but I don't think
I was
I
like,
can
wow,
actually...
you just added the Earth.
Yeah, oh no. I don't think I could deal with like the Hyper Librarian right there. But
yeah. I think that's fair. I think he would have got like
this deck
OTK.
actually has a number of starters. You know, you have the Earth, you have the Venus, you have the Tour Guides. Duality's kind of a starter card. Interesting turn of events here. So
he can be
you have
LS.
3 in hand. It's been a minute since I
Indeed.
played this format, so I'm trying to remember I do know like roughly which trap cards were being played. I'm not really sure what you could have in hand though.
It's 2 Tengus and a duality.
Hey, if Billy Break can win with opening 3 Tengus, so can you. I think I will go MST here.
Fine.
Okay, on D Prison, sure. I'll normal summon Earth, activate effect.
Yep.
Grab Venus.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I guess we'll just see what you got. I banish a light and a dark
Yeah.
to summon
yeah.
BL.
It's pretty good.
It's a good one.
Not like the craziest position to have BLS, but it does run you out of all the Tengu, which is like pretty valuable. Unless you have exactly Pot of Avarice, I guess. But I think you'd only have 3 engraves. So. Now, one thing I want to ask you, I think I know the answer. You have not played this format in real life, though, back in the day, right? You weren't playing it this time?
No, I was.
Oh, really? Shit. I know that.
I mean, I wasn't very good, but I was.
you were there. You were there, definitely.
Yeah. I was chilling.
Okay, main phase 2, make Baron. Go ahead.
All right, let's see what we can do here. Wow.
That's interesting.
That's pretty good. That is not bad.
He actually has
that
a
is
ton
really
of
not
options
bad.
here.
Do
He
I
can go
know
like
you
Black
added
Rose.
Drag?
No, I passed that up on the first duality.
What did you add? Tour guide?
Tour guide, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I'm so very close.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. Hopefully annoying for you, so I'm not just dead right here.
All right, this is whack. We'll just Dark Hole.
Yeah. That is fair. Whoa!
Oh, that's sick.
It's been a while.
Love that animation.
It's been a while, yeah.
I didn't know that had an
Tengu with
animation.
the
That's
very
cool.
sad activation there.
Yep. Ooh, you had to... Is that what you drew for turn?
No, I've been sitting on it.
You've been... Oh, my gosh, okay. Yeah, I played this format back in the day with the structure deck, like, you know...
That's the one thing about Tengu plants is you can't ever get salty about their one-ofs because this deck is like 90% one-ofs. It's just like good cards.deck. It's just a clump of good cards. That's the whole deck, which is honestly why I find it kind of boring almost. I like definitely prefer the other decks in this format, like more archetype focused. But yeah, it is like there's always a one-off that's going to be present. You got to be ready for.
No, tour guides. Tour guide at this point was still $200, I'm pretty sure. At least at the start.
Tour guide was 130. I remember because I had to buy them at like 100 something back in the day. They shot up and they just sat there forever. And it was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, it was like around $130, which back then in like 2011, that was real expensive.
Very
This format.
expensive.
Okay, Black Rose, sure. Yep.
The aggro Black Rose.
Aggro Black Rose, 2,400 right there. What do we got?
Rip the
47.
Hyperion. Damn.
That is... Wow. If we were just at a slightly different time period, this would be really good. If I just had a different rank 2 in the extra deck. I mean, I don't think I actually have a choice here because that just eventually
Yeah, you have to
kills
Dark
me.
Hole
Yeah, I
summon
don't like it,
Venus.
but I will activate Dark Hole.
Yeah, back-to-back Dark Hole.
Yeah, it's crusty, as you might
Oh,
say.
all right.
But let me go for this. Am I regretting?
I was gonna say we got a couple of these, right?
Yeah, we got two. I was like, am I regretting discarding the Shine Ball earlier? I mean, no choice.
I
is
definitely
gonna be
wouldn't
a
put
hell-
those in attack position. You definitely would have been defense while you're like the only reason why you put this in attack is if you're against X Sabers. But like if you were to get Veilered and this was face up an attack, like you could just lose right there, right? Like you Veiler at the cost, you could summon like anything 17 plus just swings over this for game.
Of a gotcha.
I guess it
I
maybe
know,
baits
it's been
honest.
so long. So this was like a big deal. The structure
Yeah.
deck back then, if you remember, I'm sure you do, because like, yeah, like you were also probably in high school around that time. But I was definitely like, I had no money when this structure deck was released, but having
same.
like the agent structure deck plus the original Xyz starter deck, you had a pretty good set of cards there because the agents were already good standalone cards, but the Gachi was in that structure deck. Utopia was in there if you needed that for other things, and just
True, that was a value structure deck.
Gachi.
Structure decks were
Big,
money
cool,
back then.
Super rare structure deck, starter deck actually, extra deck monster, but very good back in the day.
Yikes. Got a play I don't really
There's
like
some
it.
options
Right,
here.
so we are going to Mind Con your Venus.
Okay. Not much I can do about that.
Then we're gonna activate Venus.
Oh, okay. This play is interesting. That'll get you there.
We're chilling. We're chilling.
Yeah. I mean, it gets you to something.
Okay, so we can make a A tier.
Right.
Nice.
Or, hear me out. You could
Yeah.
equip the Spore with Armory Arm for fun.
That
Ooh,
is
I
true.
like that play better.
actually. That is true.
Just want to
Oh,
throw
we could make an 8.
all the plays out
Or
there.
we could make Utopia.
Oh, shit. Wait, that's actually
that might
hilarious.
actually be the play.
Yeah.
That's not bad. All right,
Um,
unfortunately, there's just this card is so
I will
good.
say, so I don't know if your list plays it. Probably not, because you have a lot of synchros in there. But
The scary thing for MBT is literally, like, I mean, he almost has to make Stardust because he just loses to a Hyperion top. Like, if we see a Hyperion here, it's just game. Like, because if you make any of the other 3 options. So you have to make Stardust, so he's forced to swing over it with a Hyperion. That's probably best case for board control, which feels pretty bad.
you guys might not realize this.
Looks like he
Back
goes
in
for
the
it. Nice.
day, Utopia was actually played as a 2 of, oftentimes, crazily enough. And you would have 2 Utopia, 1 copy of Utopia Ray. Yeah, Stardust Drag is probably a little better than Utopia.
I think that was because a lot of people couldn't afford Roach. Like, Roach was actually really... Roach is actually a pretty good card, but only, like... You'd only see a select few players running it because it was, like, really expensive, but it wasn't that good. So if you felt like you were going to make more than 1 rank 4, you would just do double Utopia instead of just going into Roach. Technically, wind up Zenmeister is legal as a rank 4 too, if you want to go for that, but yeah.
Utopia right here.
He's all right.
I will use the effect of Gachi Gachi Gentetsu.
All right, we got him on the 3-turn clock here.
Yeah, let me detach this. Down to 2,000 defense. Okay. Master Hyperion off the top. Yeah, that's...
It's like the last thing you want to see.
Go
That's so
ahead.
unlucky.
All right.
I am a little worried as the turns keep going on here because I'm only at 1,200, and I feel like we both have a lot of big cards left. Oh, a face down.
That was not one of them. That was not one of them.
Yeah. We'll protect. I mean, this
Okay,
is
thank
basically
goodness.
just Zen mains, right? I don't think there's any effects it's missing. It's just Zen mains.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same. That was a really rough turn because that was
Oh
the first
my
turn
God.
you had 4 fairies in graveyard.
That's so unlucky. I'd be
Really
so
scary.
tilted.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, I do want to go for it, but
Maybe I should have
Oh,
set. Oh, okay, maybe I should have done. Well.
behold.
That's correct.
Oh boy. Okay.
Behold!
Oh no! We haven't filmed the Reaper video yet. Why is that in your deck?
That's true. I'll tell you this. He's just going to hit Trag.
The crazy thing is Hyperion definitely still outs this board. Like, if he sees Hyperion, the game is actually in an okay spot for him. Because there's no Dark Hole left, right?
How does
Oh,
this-
come on! Wait, this is fine for me. Come on, hit the Trag. Hit the Trag. He can't do it. It doesn't work like that.
Oh,
It's still
fuck.
crazy
good.
It's not-
Yeah, he really needed it to not be that. Because with this, I mean, actually, just kidding. No matter what, he's going to lose his Trag. But I think like he at least has a normal summon with that Venus compared to the Trag that's now dead in hand.
It's still
yeah.
crazy good.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm now in a position where I have an attack position Reaper.
So all I need to do. Wait, no,
True.
even Master Hyperion isn't lethal on the Reaper.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't care. Use your Maxi. Fuck you. I just drew Reborn.
Wait,
no,
that's
no, no,
game.
no, no.
Actually, BLS for lethal.
Oh, come on.
That
Dude,
was
I
sick.
love older formats. You can just top deck one random card. Get you.
To be fair, MBT should, like, I mean, I understand why MBT did it, right? Because he saw a game, which, like, in most cases, I feel like it seemed probable that you could get game there. So this is a bit unlucky for him, if I'm being honest, because, like, this BLS, like, or this Reborn on BLS is 27 right there for game, which is really, really crazy. But again, I feel like you can kind of see this coming as the Plants player, because life is super low and he hasn't seen like any of his good cards yet, which is crazy. Like, he kind of drew every bad card in his deck before finally seeing a decent one.
Back in the game.
Show me Trag. Oh my.
Valor actually would have done it right there.
Wait, just swing over the Reaper is game.
Oh, hold up. Sangan search Trag? Question?
Trag doesn't save you here.
No, it doesn't, though. What,
Maybe
what
you
do I
can
have
find,
here? Oh, I have
Jack
something.
Frost.
Yeah.
Which doesn't exist.
It's this one for
and
sure.
doesn't
We'll just
trigger.
get tour guide.
Nice. Okay, setting up for next turn. Perfect. Attack Spear Reaper.
Oh, come on.
Top deck Reborn. I actually had the second Trag in hand. I really wanted you to Reaper the other one. Just to get the moment. Okay. Who's going first in this next one?
You can go first again.
Nice. That's actually terrible, but you know, it is what it is.
I actually don't think...
Going first in Agents is nuts. You really just want to set up Venus with gotchis and then sit on it. Like, that shit's the most OP thing in the game. I can't tell you. When I played this deck at YCS Kansas City, I played TG Agents. Turn 1, I just make Venus into gotchi. I would just sit on that until my opponent Dark Hold. By that time, you have like 6 Hyperion in your hand. You just win.
There's a lot of
good.
theory that's gone into
you
should be going first or second in these old ones. Because, before you stopped drawing a card, it really was not a question.
Right.
Again,
Always
just
go
pass.
That is not a bad opener. That's a pretty decent one.
I'm
not
really
gonna
glad
lie.
that you're so excited about yours. Mine is set
God.
monster pass. So
Again, that extra draw makes a huge
Little
difference.
because okay, if I went first and if you went first and then passed, and then I went, I'd have 6 cards. No, it doesn't work. We can't just pass back and. Maybe we can. I think the passing back and forth. Yeah, I guess I might see here.
Ooh.
I don't.
So, I mean, his hand is really bad, so I guess I could see why you'd want the upstart. But Maxi is like one of the best cards versus plants. And you never want to Maxi the first tour guide, because tour guide is just going to make Sangan and the player is just going to pass on Sangan, which is actually like worse, right? They get a free Sangan and they take your Maxi away. It actually just hurts you way more to Maxi here than I think it does to hold it and hope you draw something else. And like wait for your opponent to make an extension they're forced into. If you're just going to keep drawing bricks for the next few cards, like you're probably going to lose this game anyway. So it's better to hold that Maxi, I think, because you never really Maxi the tour guide unless you're absolutely certain they have to make Leviathan Dragon or Leviair.
I think you're supposed to, but I think that my hand is it needs some draws. It needs a draw. It would be helpful. That might be just my okay.
That sounded a little like you may have drawn a good card there.
I drew an interesting card that could change the tides of the duel. Yeah, definitely a bad Maxi. It's been a while. Because like these days, Maxi Tour Guide and Master Duel broken. But this is the days of...
Nice. So you recognize it was not good.
This is like the one format where Maxi almost feels fair.
He said it. All you Maxi crybabies in the chat, you can't cry anymore. MBT said it, and he is clearly the smartest player in the entire world. He just said Maxi is not a problem in 2011, and you know what? I agree. That card is not nearly as oppressive as people think. It's a pretty balanced card in this format. There's really no crazy special summons like you see in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a pretty slow format, and Maxi honestly adds a lot of skill expression to it, so it's not a problem. It's you actually have to time your Maxis really well, and as the player going against Maxi, you have to try to find ways to bait it out, so you can, I guess, like play or make extensions at the right time. So yeah, you have to have a lot of like plans and then backup plans in this format, which is why it's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, back in the early days when it was released, I mean, it makes a little bit more sense, right? Because decks can just stop and like still set back row.
True.
Just gonna get blown out of the water. Boy, these are cards. I'll tell you that much. I'll set one and then go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's tough out there.
He could technically just set the honest. I don't think if you're MBT, you're just going to blindly exceed. I feel like that's pretty bad. It's better to keep the Sangan live. So I think setting the honest is fine. Although this mind control makes it a little tough, but he doesn't know he has mind control. But then at least you're saving yourself like an extra 2k potentially.
This deck really needs the 6 card, I feel like.
Oh, you know what I just realized? We were talking about making Zen Mains. Zen Mains isn't in this format.
It's
True.
not. No, it's not in my extra deck. Is it in yours? You're cheating. Summon Lone Fire. Okay, I think
MBT once again confused at what format he's playing in for no reason at all.
It's gonna make Zenmaines here to play around torrential.
Right. I'm going to treacherous trap hole.
Oh,
Have not.
this play almost seems filthy just because in 2011 priority was a thing. So like in reality, when MBT summons this Lone Fire, he could declare priority and tribute for cost, which means this would not be able to activate and pop the Lone Fire. So it almost feels like a dirty play. Like this feels like cheating to me to watch, even though since there's no priority in Master Duel, this is technically legal. It does feel funky, you know.
Seen that
Duel
card in a
Links
while.
throwback.
Oh, he gets the judgment anyway.
We just got solemn judgment out here, do we?
Interesting.
It's decent. It was all right.
Oh, that's a cool animation. I didn't know it did that.
Oh, that's so
That'll be cool, dude.
bad. That's so terrible.
If Master Duel just made ranking systems for like all retro formats, you know, like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people who would want it for other old retro formats, but I would want to grind the shit out of 2011. If they made a 2011, like, you know, where it was like actually historically accurate and all that stuff, I would play that every single day. Like, I would grind that nonstop. It'd be the most fun thing they could ever do. And I feel like they just should, because I feel like this game is already like pretty sus, you know, like why not like play into the nostalgia that your players desperately crave with basically any video game they play. They like playing those old decks, so give them the chance to, right?
Don't worry about it.
It's just like the Lone Fire represents so much. Like any
Yeah,
of the
no,
three
for
cards that
sure.
summon.
He can just make a
I
dandy
just feel like I'm playing
and then
this
go into
format wrong,
Leviathan
like,
Dragon
do
and get 2
this
tokens. And I feel like your board is just really nuts and safe.
Who do we want? Probably this one.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we get that into rotation.
Yeah, this is
a pretty
good.
good setup. Not gonna lie. Joke's on you. Back in the day, you can only use these for synchros. And you don't have a tuner.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is
that's
true.
all fine. Passing.
Okay, I think we're not dead to normal summon plus BLS, but I'm willing to be wrong about that.
Duality sucks.
Let's
in this
duality.
deck.
I will say so far,
Yeah.
it really feels like hopefully
That's a
people
good
can
one.
understand why.
Also good. Oh,
my
duality
God.
of the century, baby! I love
What
this
the
format.
fuck is that? Like,
Oh my god.
come on.
Yo, actually, on Dueling Network, so before Dueling Book was a thing, like I'm a grandpa, so Dueling Network, I remember playing in this format. And I played against an agent player who was running duality, and he activated it and revealed 3 Shine Ball. And it was like the most incredible experience I've ever had. I'll literally never forget that moment. And it was just a random, like, casual game on Dueling Network.
Bro. I literally have the 3rd Shine Ball in hand. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay. Yep. Let's.
This is looking pretty
let's-
doomed.
I don't fucking know, man.
You can Honest and Book. That's probably your best play.
I don't really know. Yeah, I mean.
You got to get
Go
rid of
ahead.
some stuff on the field, man. Like, you're going to just lose. Oh, my God.
All right, we are just gonna try to go for it here.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's the ball.
It's the ball.
Oh, dog. That's crazy.
See,
You
this is
wanna
why you had to
detach
get
the
something off the
Leviathan?
field.
I'm good.
There's way too much probability that he has something to do with it.
All right.
We'll book it.
Bonk.
Man, you can't get rid of the Shine Ball.
That's
You
true.
fool.
You're right.
As
Oh,
soon
another
as you pass.
really annoying thing I just thought about in this with like Master Duel is it's gonna be using the eroded Sangan, which like why they ever eroded Sangan, I have no fucking clue. But like you could like in like 2011 you could find ways to pop a Sangan on your turn to like search a Maxi or a Veiler, which felt really good. But in this scenario, that's just not an option at all, which I mean, I doubt it comes up too much, but it could come up, and that would feel bad.
Pass back to me when I start my turn with the Shine Ball. It's all over. That's all I needed to get my. I cannot believe this restriction actually matters right here. That is so sad. So close, so close.
True.
If
He
this
wants to
card
tribute summon.
didn't have the restriction that you can't tribute.
They were thinking about Caius when they printed it.
Yeah. No, I mean it's That's the time period is printed in. I don't actually think I have a way to. Yeah, I'll just steal this, just to look at it for a second, and I'll set this.
Bro, I would just FF.
And I'll set this.
I don't know why he just
and
mind
go
control for
away.
no reason.
All right.
Maybe for the
I think
content.
we're going to a game 3 here. I think you're going to a game 3.
Could be.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
okay. Yeah, we are. All right. That's
Trust
a
me,
good
when
one.
I was
That's a good
using
one.
the mind control to what? When I was using the mind control to steal a fluff token, I kind of knew it was
Wasn't gonna-
over.
Oh shit, he can't use the card he
Dark
searches.
Horse.
I guess let's grab Phaler.
I know they're not going to. It would be really cool though if they added some animations for some of the more iconic banned cards like Pot of Greed, Heavy, and stuff like that. Probably don't want to spend resources just for us recording these videos, but would
Konami,
be appreciated.
please. You know, we could really use it.
Okay, yeah, Levier the Sea Dragon, yeah, 18, yep.
Bonk.
Maybe this time.
So it's actually better to go to Levier just like that as he did, because if he would have gone Tour Guide attack, there's a chance that he could get Gorsed and then he's in a bad spot. But this guarantees game that way,
I'll draw better.
regardless of Gores or track.
Duality for 2 Shine Ball. Fuck.
You want to go first or second?
I'll go second. Yeah, I think that'll make a difference.
No, but like historically, Agent
just feel like
had
going
this
second in
unreal
Agents
amount
feels
of
bad.
representation from the release of the structure to like
Car
several
path.
formats later.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like this
Help.
for you, but I think everyone I knew was kind of always under the assumption that many of the people who played Agents were just stacking the hell out of their deck. Just
They never drew Shine Balls. They always
they never
opened
drew
Earth.
shine balls. That duality you just saw would never have happened in real
Set
life.
1
True.
pass. Okay.
IRL agents are. Oh, that's a sick hand.
Interesting. No, I really like this deck. I think that I enjoy it when
nice.
Konami prints decks like this, and I think they kind of recently have done this with Branded, where you can pick it up with just 3 structure decks. You can have a playable strategy, but if you're willing to invest a little bit more money and then eventually a lot of more money, you actually can really improve upon how powerful it is. But I feel like
Here the
specifically
little
with
bit of
this
money
deck-
was Chaos Guys, and the lot of money was Tour
Tour
Guide.
Guide, right?
Yeah, I mean, in 2011, like the cool thing about agents is like you could just build TG agents, and that was like pure commons and a structure deck. So like that was like the cheapest deck you could run. At YCS Kansas City, I opted to run TG agents, 1 because I thought it was good, and 2 because I wanted to sell my tour guides because I didn't want to hold on to them because they were so expensive and a ban list was coming up. So I was like, why hold on to that when I could just, use TGs instead? And yeah, like that deck basically was like it was like the cheapest deck. It was like, like $30 for 3 structure decks and then a couple TGs. Like it just was nothing.
Yeah.
But I think that's important with like decks for. I guess I should.
This hand is so good.
Ball.
No,
I lose 500. You maybe.
no, I don't. It's never worth it. Leave that shine ball in deck. Like it's just gonna sit there and die for no reason. When like in reality, like imagine if he doesn't draw another fairy for this Herald of Orange Light. You could just normal summon this next turn and make a second Gotchi. And double Gotchi is absolutely bonkers insane. It's so strong.
Take
Your opponent has to
900.
dark hole and it's not even going to clear anything.
29.
This is not good. I think I'm actually doing this to prevent
Whoa!
hurting.
Okay. Yeah.
This you got to see this hand. This hand is emblematic of why I'm not a big fan of Tengu Plan format. Is because these 2 decks that we're playing are very feast or famine. Like if you draw the wrong half, it is over for you.
Yeah.
Bro, just play a different deck then. I'm telling you. Like, there's so many decks in this format. You can play like Car Curry. You can play like X-Sabers. You can play Chaos. You can play Gravekeepers. You can play literally any. There's so many archetypes that are good in this format. It's not even funny.
That is true.
That is not good. Wow. Let's do this.
Fair. I think
Oh,
that makes things interesting.
just make a double Gotchi pass.
I'm gonna switch that to defense mode and pass.
No.
Nah, be cool. Be cool.
No. I think there might be something down there.
This Kai's
that
gonna
has
hurt.
3 eyes and searches a monster with 1500 or less attack.
You would be wrong. It was Spore.
Oh, fair.
I just really needed something to live for.
Whoa!
Kai's.
Oh shit! Wait a second. Super punished. Oh no! Wait, that's so dumb.
Does he Herald? with his Caius. That feels pretty bad. This is also why I like Valor. But
Oh,
in his version, I wonder if
Valor
Herald is
me,
better
Valor
sometimes.
me. Get the Valor out the hand.
no.
Woo! All right. Okay, we're still in this, folks. All right, how many fairies we got in grave? 3? You got it.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Okay. Whew.
I mean, you're in
Okay.
it now.
Whew.
Like that's a huge.
We got a
swing.
game on our hands, folks.
Well, it's like attacking into Sangan is like game losing right there for me, so I really couldn't
It's
risk
like
it.
super punishing.
Okay. Yep, these are all you.
But
get.
Sangan's a 1, right? Like, you know he's not in my deck because he's on your side of the field.
Right. Yeah, I stole him.
I feel like you just MSC Dark Hole.
3 in hand.
Could be anything. Literally anything.
It really could. I am like slightly worried about getting OTK'd, but it's probably fine.
I'm
I
going
don't
to be
think
honest
that's
with
worth
you,
it.
it is completely fine. There's
Okay.
Oh,
like,
maybe,
I think-
maybe not.
Uh-oh. I think to OTK me, you
Um,
actually do have to like BLS at this point. Unless you do like 1-for-1.
Wow. That's not a bad draw, I'll say that. Let's tour guide.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. So what have you... God, sucks. I think...
See, this is another position where he has Max C, but he doesn't want to use it because if you use it, your opponent just makes Sangan. But if you don't use it, they're going to OTK you. So you kind of have to use it here. But it's not very good.
I think I just need a starter. I think I need to use this as an upstart again. I hate doing it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Maxi is such a weird card in this format. It's so strange.
Yeah.
And then as soon as windups are released, it's game warpingly strong and never stops being so.
Right. No, it's just like,
Right.
yeah, this is a time period in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where if you get Max C on a tour guide, like, you can just pass. You know? You're trying to Max C, like, when they're really popping off with the Synchro Summons. You get a Dandy or something like that.
True.
But,
Right.
man.
That's the
This
thing
is
is that this
gonna be
deck
fine.
never really popped off. It was built as if it could, but it never really popped
It
off.
did if there was enough passing
See,
back.
and he still has Dark Hole. You're going to hit 3 monsters, but it's kind of useless, right? Like, it doesn't actually do anything. Like, now you just lost so many life points. I think if you just Dark Hold 1-for-1 the Caius, it's so much better.
Back and forth. And a lot of these games
Yeah,
have
yeah.
had a lot of passing back and forth.
True. It's
Okay,
a very
this is
back
the
and forth
draw
format.
that-
Oh
Oh my god.
Agents!
Oh my gosh. Okay, no. I can figure this out. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm good. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Interesting.
that is interesting. Why the Max C there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Your deck has a bunch of, like, built-in summons, and I don't want you to do this to be pushing for a BLS.
Right.
I mean, I guess, but like he has to have like a bunch of agents he for some reason hasn't summoned in his hand because he has none in grave. So like, yeah, I don't know. That didn't make a lot of sense. I feel like you're just hard minusing at that point. Like you don't want to like preemptively try to play on inherent summons unless you know it's like game if they don't do it.
Oh, God.
that
Wow,
animation
that's
is
terrible.
so sick. Okay.
Oh, and if we were playing with the uneroded Sangan, I could get Valor here. Oh, it doesn't matter.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter. It's
We're
tough.
cool, we're cool. Oh, Hyperion.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
gotta
shit,
set
is
that on as.
4? Oh, that's 4?
I guess you could set Sangan
No,
too.
it's 5. Okay, thank God.
It's 5. No, not that lucky.
That's pretty good actually. Set Sangan is way better. I'm
Go
trolling.
ahead, dude. Good luck out there. I'm hoping.
Okay.
See, that's like such an awkward play to make. Like, God. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I was maxing so I could get a 5th monster in grave.
I see. I don't even know if that's worth it still, but guess maybe
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
pretty good. Okay, maybe these draws just won't be any.
Oh my God! You're fucking kidding me!
Yes? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the comeback right here.
guys, bear in mind these are technically the two like meta, like these are like the two renowned decks of the format. These are the ones that are technically the best. So you can see how like potentially weak both of these decks can be, which should give you an idea of how truly diverse the format is. If these were the most dominant historically, you can like recognize that like any deck can literally win in this format. And that's why it is my favorite format, because like the meta is just not oppressive at all. Like it's totally fine and balanced. Like nothing feels absurd. Like Hyperion is like a really powerful card, but like your opponent has to actually see there's no way to search this card, right? Like, so yeah, I don't know. It's so fun, guys. It's so fun.
Okay.
My deck is like 90% Tengu. Where is the goddamn Tengu?
Okay, we're just gonna hold for a little longer until I'm ready to strike.
Losing my mind.
I like how this video is just you slowly hating the format with each turn more and
Slowly?
more.
Oh, nothing slow about this.
Okay, let's go tribute summon
Yep.
Master Hyperion, which is what I wanted to do with the mind control last time. Of course, you have
Right, there you
a
go.
fucking judgment. Have you had this card every game?
I had to
actually
be picking
fire.
on something.
He gets the
Oh,
Sangan
fuck, you have against
search.
Sangan. I don't even know, dude. I'm so. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, it has to be tour guide.
Tour
It has to
guide's
be tour
good.
guide.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You
it's a
have
nice
so
Maxi in your
so
hand that you
many
got
draws
there.
that get me out of here.
That is crazy
So
that
many
you have
draws.
a Maxi in hand.
Give her the
to be able to
honest, 'cause you
deliver
can-
once.
Wait, did he
Oh my
not
God.
choose
I'm
I'm
honest?
gonna banish a light in
No,
the dark.
come on.
Uh,
Oh,
You technically could. I mean, so like there in hindsight, it might be better just to use Bialis' banish effect, right? Most cards that MBT is gonna set are gonna be good. And if you a double attack and he has Gores, you actually could just lose to Gores. So I actually think it's best to use the effect, even though he will get Veilered, but
the one time you didn't preemptively do it. Please
There
be
you go.
something relevant.
I need it.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I
Oh
gotta
shit!
keep him.
Wait. Oh, okay.
that doesn't allow him to attack though. He still can't
Man,
attack.
you were just gonna sit there in a friendly duel.
Veiler is the
and
best
bait me by
counterplay,
saying
or
that
outside
if
of
this was
warning,
the
is like good
pre-arrival
counterplay to BLS.
thing- Or wait,
Oh,
if you
I
added
actually
Veiler, you couldn't
drew
use
Veiler.
either Veiler, right?
Exactly. I drew Veiler the next turn. Actually.
Oh,
I
got
promise
it.
I was not baiting.
One random mystery face down. Oh, I can't attack. I don't know how this card works.
Yeah. All right. God, I don't ask you for much. But in
It's-
this moment, I need a Caius.
True.
I need a Caius right now.
Just
Caius
Please,
again,
is
God,
so
will it to
huge.
the
begging
top.
you. That is not Caius.
That's so
Caius.
unlucky.
But
Is
What's crazy is if it was Econ wins the game here. How sick is that?
all right. Let me make this work.
awfully okay. Is that a face down? That is fair. Okay.
Now see, this is where this Maxi's like good, because he's like forced to go into Exceed or just sit on double tour guide, which neither feels very good.
Almost yes. I know you got the Maxi. Yep.
Yeah.
I just got to do it. Okay, how lucky do I think I am? Because if you don't have Spirit Reaper face down, I can OTK.
Don't gamble the
But I'd
Spirit
have to
Reaper,
attack
man.
over one of them with Tour Guide.
I know it's
Yeah, I'll
not
try it.
Spirit Reaper,
Why
but
not?
I've gambled the Spirit Reaper before and got
of
punished.
famine, right?
It's unfortunate.
Go get him, Tour Guide. Yes! Okay. Please don't be Spirit Reaper. Please don't be Spirit Reaper. Please
Would
don't be
you
Spirit
believe the next card was Caius?
Reaper. Is it actually? Oh my
It's
gosh.
the next card.
Bonk.
GG's,
Oh my
Joseph.
Again, Gores would like be
Oh, I
game
hate
losing
this
here.
format so much.
Maybe mirrors are better. I don't know. It feels it feels very swingy, but maybe we're just playing it wrong, or maybe just like the Master Duel version of Tengu Plant doesn't work.
I will say you are now 2-0 in retro formats.
Let's go.
You are the master. And if you want to see us play another retro format, you head over to Doug's channel where there will be some videos.
Bro, I don't understand MBT as a human being, man. This dude, like, he's sitting there saying he hates Tengu Plant format. This man, like, praises Edison. Like Edison just isn't significantly worse. But I don't know. It baffles me that he like doesn't like this format. Like, I feel like he literally only plays like Tengu Plant's agents, and then he's like, oh, this format sucks because he finds those decks boring. And then it's like, if you actually played the other stuff in the format, which like when he played Jank, he was playing a bunch of decks. Some were actually good decks, like actual valid decks in 2011. He just had no idea that that was a thing. And he would like have fun with them. He'd be like, oh, this deck is sick, and he'd enjoy it. And then, but then he's like, oh man, but this format's bad. But it's like, it's only playable in 2011, right? So I don't know. I don't understand that. But also I do think that the Master Duel factor really does change a lot of the dynamics of that format. Like, for example, with MBT's play with the Lone Fire not having priority actually does make a huge difference in that game, as well as not having the extra draw for DZEEF for his agent deck, like going first. That it actually makes a big difference, I would say. Other than that, it looked pretty like relatively normal for like a match between Tengu Plant's agents. It's like, I don't know, it's pretty basic. I do think both their builds could have been a bit better. Especially like, again, I think duality in agents is like really sus. And I don't think they added siding into the dynamic, and side decking is actually really important in this format too. So yeah, it's really interesting to me. I can't believe that like he like feels that way, but I also like kind of can see it if his only experience is these two decks. You really got to branch off and try the other decks in the format, because honestly I think Tengu Plant's agents are the ones the format's best known for, but like I feel like they're like one of some of the like the less fun decks of the format. Like there's there's decks that are like equally as competitive that are like really fun to play. So, you know, something to think about. Overall, the gameplay wasn't too terrible. Like I said, I do think Master Duel added a bit of effects to it. Let's see if they have any final thoughts, and then we'll close out this.
Because of that.
True.
Oh, well, no, there's no final thoughts. But all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this reaction video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure y'all have a great time dueling today.